So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and expand brackets, and the method we'll be using is the claw method. Now here we have 3 questions. These are general C grade GCSE questions. 2 brackets which when expanded will give you a quadratic expression, which means there's going to be an x squared term in it. So what's the claw method? Well, when we expand these brackets, what it means is we're going to have to multiply that bracket there by this bracket there, which means everything inside that, the x term and the positive 3 term, has to be multiplied by everything in here, the x term here and the positive 4. So that x will multiply by that x. That x will then multiply by the 4. Then we do the same thing with the 3. That 3 has to multiply by that x, and that 3 then has to multiply by that 4. And doing things in that order reveals the claw. So let's have a look. That x multiplies by that x. X times x is x squared. Then that x multiplies by the 4. X times 4, or 4 times x, gives 4x. So you add that on because it's positive. Now underneath, that 3 multiplies by that x. 3 times x is 3x. And lastly, the 3 multiplies by the 4. 3 times 4 is 12. You can see the claw there, which is why this is called the claw method. We've ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. Now we're going to have to simplify by gathering like terms. You can see this is an x squared term, this is an x term, that's an x term, and that's just a number term. The 2 x terms, when added, will come together. 4x plus 3x gives 7x. Okay? And you do not combine them with the x squared. So you end up with x squared still, plus the 7x, that's those 2 together, and the 12 at the end. And that's it. That's your final answer for that one. So let's try another one. Same method, but this time we've got a negative number term in. Okay, and let's see how that affects it. So we're going to do x times x, which is x squared. Now it's x times minus 3, so minus 3 times by the x is minus 3x. And now 2 times x, which is 2x, positive. And lastly, 2 multiplied by minus 3. So 2 times 3 would be 6, but 2 times a negative 3 gives minus 6. So now we've got that line. Usually this kind of question would be worth 2 marks. You get 1 mark for getting that far, and then when you gather like terms you get the final mark. So we've got the x squared again, a negative 3x, add a positive 2x. So think of minus 3, add 2, you get minus 1. So it's going to be minus 1x, which I'm just going to write as minus x. Okay? And then minus 6 at the end. So that's that one. Okay, one last one. Both negative terms this time, the numbers. We've got a negative 3 and a negative 2. Remember the sign belongs to the number that it's in front of. So it's in front of the 3, so it's a negative 3. That x is positive. And we've got a negative 2, and this x is also positive. So, where are we going to go? We're going to go from here to here to make our claw. X times x is x squared again. X times minus 2 is minus 2x. And now it's minus 3 times x is minus 3x. and then we got minus 2, minus 3 multiplied by minus 2, which a minus times a minus gives a positive this time, so it is positive 6, so add 6 on the end. So again, gather the middle terms. It's always the middle two that you're going to gather if you've done it in the right order, according to the claw. So we have x squared minus 2x minus 3x. Minus 2, imagine you're at minus 2 on the number line, and then you go another minus 3, so that means you're going to go 3 places to the left, which gives you minus 5. Okay, so it's minus 5x. So you've got x squared minus 5x plus 6. That's your final answer. Okay, in our next video we're going to try a few harder ones and a few different kinds of questions.